We get our training department, our QA department, our compliance department, our workforce department, our full operational team incorporated into the beginning of the training process as well as the development process. We also have a train-the-trainer process where the client will come down and train our trainer, and that's the process that we start in the beginning. So instead of having this kind of go phase 2, we do that phase 1 where we have our QA, our compliance, our workforce, all of the operational team as well as HR is involved in the recruitment process as well as the training process and development process all at the same time.
I'm a supervisor here at NICE Global, or a team lead if you would have it. And what I do is I monitor my agents daily. And when I say monitor, what I mean is I actively listen to their phone calls and provide live feedback, because at all times I want to ensure that the best quality from all my agents. Quality in and of itself is the core of NICE Global. And to get good quality, you need constant feedback. And it's not just about, okay, you're doing this wrong or you're doing this right. It's about encouraging or driving that person to the point where they have ignited their own fire, and that fire will breathe that passion to ensure that their total quality is of the utmost high expectations.
They have guidelines in place. We have coachings that we do with our supervisors, and they have tutorials, and we have our own knowledge base where they have like a layout and instructions on how to remove different infections or resolve certain problems with the operating systems.
Once an employee is selected and approved to work in our environment, we then go through a 2 weeks training. So the first week is in the classroom training, the second week is on the floor job training. So an agent will start the first week in the classroom, the second week is on the job training on the floor. That's a combination of listening to live phone calls, as also taking phone calls themselves. We do a lot of sidejacking where agents are able to sit with experienced employees that are currently here and be able to shadow that particular individual as well. So in regards to continuous education and continuous training, what we've done is create a monthly retraining program for our employees, but we also have created semi-individual weekly trainings where we have our trainer as well as our operational team go in and bring our employees in and do weekly up training. So we have up training that happens weekly, and then we have a monthly refresher course that we do for each particular client.
To start with, training never stops at NICE Global. To start with the training for new employees, we have a 2-week training plan for the new employees. The first week training plan is a classroom training plan, wherein we start with the orientation and onboarding of the employees. We make them aware about the culture, their seniors, their management, and then we transition into the client-specific material, or exactly what they would be doing when they are on the production floor. Moving on to week 2, we stress a lot on the hands-on approach. So we make them sit with their seniors, with their managers, on the computers and play around with everything. Even on the on-the-job training, they are given some KPIs, some performance indicators that they need to achieve to prove themselves. That basically defines whether they are eligible to move to the next stage of production. So that summarizes the 2-week training plan. The first as the classroom training and the second as the on-the-job training.
The tools that I use in my department, for instance, to remove infections, we have Rootkits Remover that goes deep, does a deep scanning of the system files, and just to find out if there's any infection around. And also we have basic infections like adwares. They're basically designed, they're aware of the infections, so if the infection is on the system, then the adware removal tool can find out, say, hey, this adware is here because we already done our research and added to the program knowledge to know that this program shouldn't be on the computer.
Training never stops at NICE. So we are really high on performance of the employees. We constantly track the employees' performance, and based on that performance, we constantly retrain them on specific areas which they are lagging behind. For instance, we see that the techs sometimes lack in their customer service skills. So just to give them an all-around holistic development approach, what we would do is that we will pull them for an hour, we'll give them a customer service training session. When their next QA comes up, we try to evaluate if that session was effective enough. If it is, then we would move on to other specific areas. However, if it is not, we'll pull them apart and retrain them again. That's just one aspect of retraining. We consider all the specific areas and train them constantly through the duration of being here.
When a new employee gets here at Nice Global, on the last day of training, they're met with the managers here in Tier 1 if that's the campaign they're going to go on. So what we do is we basically give them the opportunity to ask us any question about their fears or their concerns. And what we do is try to be our best as possible to ensure that, guys, this journey that you're going to go on right now is going to be the best one in your life. You just need to hop on board, and guess what? There's a family here waiting.